Hey guys, this is Ali, and welcome to the final part of the exploding candy strawberry juice. And yeah, so juice. Okay. Uh, all right. So I want you guys to go back to RealFlow project and just open it. And I'm sure if some of you tried to simulate this, had the issue of the fluid just being stuck, where these two spheres stop or fall, it's just inside these two spheres. So I forgot to mention this yesterday, but if you go to frame 21 in your in RealFlow, go to frame 21, select both of the spheres, and click on Node and Simulation. Right click on Simulation and add a keyframe, and it's set now to be active. So let's move to frame 22, and let's set the simulation to be inactive, and right click and add a keyframe. So what this basically does, from 0 to 21, the fluid gonna be stuck inside these spheres, so the sphere is gonna be visible. And when it goes to frame 22, they're not visible, so the fluid can, move outside these two spheres. So yeah, that's very important, guys. I'm sorry I didn't mention this, but completely slipped my mind. I was, I guess, in a rush. Sorry for that. But after this, just make sure you select your particle mesh, right click on it, and insert all emitters. Also, I forgot to mention this yesterday. And just click simulate, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so let's jump to After Effects. And okay, why my After Effects looks retarded? Uh, Alright, I guess it just looks retarded. Alright, so I'm gonna select the file I saved from Cinema 4D. If you remembered yesterday, we saved a file for After Effects. So I'm gonna just drag it and bam, in your face. Here's my passes, my render, my composition, everything. So let's double click on the composition, and we're gonna have this dark stuff going on, and we can't see anything. Let's open the special passes, and let's drag our original render, and let's hide the shadow and the specular. We don't want to see them. So this is, by the way, I made a camera from the top, so it's top of view. Let's drag the first object buffer on top of our render, like so, and select your render and go to, I don't know if you guys have this, but we're gonna Luma matte our object buffer, first object buffer, which is just for the two spheres, and then we're gonna add another render on top of the first object buffer, and drag the second object buffer on top of the render, like so, and do the same thing. Luma matte object buffer 2, and this is for the fluid. All right, we good to go, I guess. Let's add the depth, or actually let's drag one more render all the way down. So let it be at the bottom, so it brings the floor and rest of the colors. And drag your depth. Don't forget we also added a depth. Make sure it's all the way down at the bottom. All right, looking good, looking good. So let's select our first render, our first object buffer. Let's go to Effect, Color Correction, and let's add Curve. As you can see, we can brighten the spheres, make them darker. We can change the color of it. I think if we add hue and saturation, not sure. Color correction, hue and saturation. Yeah, we can actually change a bit of the color, not all of it. Or you can have it like this. So kind of glossy candy. No? Yes? No? Okay. So yeah, it's really up to you. So I'm just gonna keep it with the, just play around with the curve, I guess. All right. Maybe darken it a bit, or brighten, I guess. All right, that looks good. Let's select the second render, or the second object buffer render, and go to Effect, Color Correction, Curve, and let me move in my timeline. somewhere where I can see the actual fluid. Alright, so somewhere about here. Actually, let's look at it from this side. Alright, and as you can see here, I can brighten and darken the fluid or the strawberry juice. No? Okay. I'm just gonna make it a bit brighter. Maybe add some saturation, I guess. Color correction, hue and saturation. Yeah, and just saturate it a bit. Alright, and let's add also one of the passes that we add is the shadow. So let's add the shadow. As you can see, it darken it. It add a lot of shadow. So open the layer, transform, and the opacity. Let's take the opacity. So we can, as you can see, we can just keep it default, or we can add more shadow. So that's the good thing when doing multi-passes. So you can have, you know, control of adding shadows, you know, taking off shadows, so we can subtract, you know, the shadow, I guess. So yeah, very helpful thing when you do passes. Alright, so I'm just gonna add around 15%. 15. Alright. And let's for the specular, as you can see, if we add specular, it's gonna darken the whole thing. So what you can do now is basically take some of the specular or add more. So see, now it's default. You can take some of it or keep it, you know, that's really up to you, and you can multiply it if you want. It's the same thing, I guess, but I don't know why, but sometime you will need to take some of the speculars, or you think your object have a lot of specular, so you can take some of it, I guess. But yeah, let's just hide it. You have also the MP inclusion. If you remember, we added the MP inclusion. It doesn't really show that much, but when you start duplicating, making a lot of duplicates of it, you'll start to notice the effect of it. The reflection, also if we take off the reflection, you can see how it's really affected it. And this is, we added on top of our render, so we can, you know, we don't have to use 100% opacity for it, so we can, you know, maybe take 30%, and this is good. So yeah, I guess we almost done, guys. So let's add a new adjustment layer. Alright, and let's go to effect, and we need magic bullet looks, and bam, open it. So looks, and let's go with something bright. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one looks good, but I'm not liking this kind of I guess shadow streak. So it's gonna give it a really nice look though, but I'm just not liking it. So I guess I'll go with this one. I don't know, it looks awesome. And let's click finish. Yep, we want this one, and we can add another adjustment layer and effect. And let's go to color and finance. I'm not sure if you guys have this one or not, but if you bought After Effects, you definitely should have this one, because this is come with a program for free. Alright, so let's open the interface, and I'm just gonna change the mid-tone of this image. So if I drag this down, let's say to the other side, somewhere about here, you can see how it changed the whole look or feel of the project, but we don't need that much, I guess. We can find other colors also somewhere about here. I don't know why, but I'm liking this look, but it's just taking off the white color, I guess. So let's go to the master color, just make it a bit bluish, and let's change the opacity of this to, let's say, 80%. And let's go to the magic bullet looks and change the opacity to let's say 75. Yep, 75 looks fine. All right, let's add one more adjustment layer, and this is going to be the final one. Layer. All right, let's go to effect, and since if you have one image, then you don't need this effect. But if you have a full render, then I'll recommend for you if you can put a smart motion blur. It's very helpful. So if you have it, it will kind of sell the idea of exploding, hide some of the glitches might happen, you know. So this is very helpful. As you can see now, uh, it really looks awesome though, you know. I can't wait to show the final render. Seriously, look at that. I swear to God, it looks cool. All right, so I guess we're almost done, guys. One more thing I forgot to mention is the depth pass. Now, if you want to know how to use it, so let me create a new adjustment layer, and let's go to effect and blur and sharpen, and we can select lens blur, and lens blur use the depth map, so we can select our depth map layer, bam, in your face, and we can add the blur focal distance, I guess. I don't really use this one, guys, by the way, so this is a bit confusing and all this, but there is a plugin called Depth of Field, and I'll leave the link in the description for this site so you guys can check it out. It's really helpful plugin. I found out about it from Video Copilot, so really helpful plugin, trust me. So it does the same thing. It uses the depth layer, as you can see, but all you have to do to select the focus point is just click on this over here, select the depth, I guess, and wherever you click, it's gonna be the focus point. So you can see how this really helpful. So let's add the depth point. The focus point is gonna be over here. And now if we increase the radius, it's gonna blur the rest of the outside, I guess. So let's take it higher. I don't want to go crazy. It might crash After Effects actually, but you can see how the rest is blurred and only this point is focused. You can play with a focal point, and it's just move this point around. So yeah, this is I guess you can have a play with this. There is other stuff over here also you can play with. Depth buffer, you can invert it, I guess just invert the depth layer. Alright, so you can use this one or use motion blur with it, also looks awesome. But yeah, I guess we done from the final part, and we done from this tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you have any question, feel free to drop a comment or go to my Facebook and ask your question there, and I'll try to reply to you as soon as I can. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Peace.